soldiers are much more likely to commit violent crime. Well, that's the findings in a new report by the medical magazine The Lancet. Researchers analysed data from 14,000 UK service personnel who had served in Iraq or Afghanistan. They found that men who had seen combat in Iraq and Afghanistan were 53% more likely to commit a violent offence than soldiers given non-combat roles. It also found that just under 21% of men aged 30 or under had committed violent offences. That's compared with just under 7% of young men who haven't served in the military. Well, I'm joined now by Damian Thompson, who was a soldier in the Princess of Wales Royal Regiment, and Dennis Carlton, a psychologist who works with soldiers. And it's great to have you both on the programme tonight. Damian, let's start with you, because I know among other areas you spent 7 years working in Northern Ireland. You saw an awful lot of bad things. How did that affect you in terms of when you came home?
It's such a drastic change to come home to kind of fit into normality, really. It's not a very easy conversion to do, so it does have a massive effect on you. You don't realise until you leave the forces.
One minute you're fighting in the streets and it's aggressive and you have to be kind of someone different, and then you're at home with your wife and your children. How did they cope from
Unfortunately, my marriage broke down due to those kind of issues. It's such a vast contrast of things to try and come from that to that. It's not something that's done very easily.
And you were then diagnosed as suffering, like many soldiers, with post-traumatic stress disorder.
Yeah.
Did you have trouble talking about it or realising it within yourself?
It takes quite a bit to admit. You're brought up in the army and you're trained to be kind of not weak and to admit there's any sort of issue, and then to come out and have to learn the hard way that actually I have some issues. It's not the rest of the world, it's me. So it's very hard to kind of admit that.
But you're one of many soldiers, aren't you, Damian? And Dennis, you must see this every day in the work that you do, that this is not an isolated case, is it?
There's literally millions worldwide of soldiers that have been through a very similar situation to Damian. There isn't a very effective treatment out there at the moment, apart from a charity called Talking to Minds. They're doing fantastic work. I was talking to somebody from the Veterans Council who said nobody has produced results, only Talking to Minds. Even the big professionals, the NHS, haven't got results of people being cured, fixed. So, you know.
There's a lot to do. I mean, how did you come to terms with your situation?
Unfortunately, I fell into a life of where drugs and alcohol and kind of getting myself into crime as a cry for help. I tried all the avenues that were open to me, and luckily I found Talking to Minds through friends of friends, and they kind of really turned my life around for me. So for me, the proof is in the pudding, so to speak. Their statistics are correct.
And it's interesting, isn't it, to look at the numbers of young soldiers who are maybe more predisposed to violence than young men who haven't been in the army. Why is that? Is it the training they get, or is it because maybe people who gravitate towards the army are naturally more combative anyway because of the role that you're going to have to do? What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, that's two-sided. Yeah, you can get slightly aggressive people that would join the forces, but also people ask me all the time, how come some soldiers get post-traumatic stress disorder and some don't? Everybody that goes into a combat situation is affected in some way. Not necessarily post-traumatic stress disorder, but they're affected in some way. You would say that, you know.
It doesn't have to be a combat situation.
No.
So what should the MOD be doing? If you were in charge and you were seeing all these guys coming back from Afghanistan, what would you be putting in place for them in their transition to civilian?
They should be looking at the areas that aren't working and moving more into the areas that aren't working, which is PTSD. The therapy that is used by the NHS and various other agencies is non-effective. I can prove that. I've been through them. Talking to Minds, however, they've got the statistics and it's working, so why are they not being looked at? I don't know. It may be a political issue, it may be a monetary issue, but it's a ticking time bomb.
That's it, they can sort it out. Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. It's a pleasure to talk to you both. Now, there are